Peace and welcome to this edition of Black Fertility. And today we are talking about natural fertility treatments. So I hope you all are excited to learn more about natural fertility treatments. If you've been following me on my Instagram page, or if you are watching this video after watching a previous video similar to this one, I just want to let you know that this is a part 2. Right, so I will be going in more on some of the points that I mentioned in natural fertility treatments part 1. As well, if you want to get a shorter version of what I'm about to talk about in this video, go and check out part 1 first so you can basically get a brief overview. However, I left out a lot of stuff in part 1, even some major topics and points that I really should have mentioned and wanted to. So that is why I am making this video again now. I actually wasn't going to make this video. I was going to just keep them really short and sweet. But I realized that for my YouTube viewers, a lot of you have a better I don't know, you seem to watch videos that are a little bit longer, right? So I like to keep my Instagrams really short and go in on my YouTube videos. So these videos are all part of my Increase Your Fertility Naturally workshops. So if you don't know about that, go and check out my previous videos to this one. This is day, this should be day 3 of the workshop, right? And technically really day 4, right? And if you want to be part of this, join my email list. So go to the bio or go to the description and click on the newsletter link, which should be the first link you see there, and it will take you to where you can sign up for my newsletter. Just simply enter your name and your email, and you'll be able to receive videos like this and be part of some other activities that I will be notifying you about through email. Right? A lot of them only through email, right? And you won't miss anything that way, right? So today we are talking about different natural fertility treatments that you may or may not have known, right? And one of them, the main one that I find is very important, is spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical work, right? So by doing that type of work, self-work, inner work, you can really help to balance certain energies that may be preventing you from having a baby. You can really, get to know yourself better. And this is definitely something that you should take the time out to do now while you are not preoccupied with raising a baby, while your nutrients, your energy, and your hormones are not focused and preoccupied and directed towards raising a baby. Because, once you get pregnant, once you are taking care of a child, you may not have, or you may be distracted. You may put yourself on a back burner. So now is the time to really get in tune with yourself, right? And to it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. You're getting to know yourself, you're getting to love yourself, so appreciate yourself. Not saying that you don't, but there's deeper levels of yourself. Everybody has levels of themselves that could be accessed and addressed, right, to help them to just gain better clarity and sense of self. So why not take advantage of it now, right? But it can also help you to increase your fertility, right? So, and this can include chakra balancing. It can include different types of emotional release, fulfilling your dreams, things that you may always have wanted to do that you may not have done outside of obviously wanting to have a baby, right? You may have wanted to write a book. You may have wanted to build a community, give back to your community. You may have wanted to do things like that, right? So now is a good time to get to know that part of you and to, give birth to that as well, right? So that is actually a fertility treatment, right? Self-work, inner healing, right? A lot of people are suffering from certain traumas and maybe wanting a baby, thinking that will fix that and that will get rid of that. And I'm saying that you may want to dedicate just a little bit more time towards dealing with yourself and, figuring things out that way and going from there. For a lot of people, they're not answering the calling and the commitment that they have even to our own race as a people, right? Which is part of another thing of why I'm making this video. I'm, obviously helping my people to increase the Black birth rate, giving back to my people and showing positive, works that can be done in our community, right? That obviously don't involve any type of harm or hurt towards anybody, and that could fix a lot of the wrongs in our community. So a lot of you may need that. You may need to nourish your community. And if you watch one of my previous videos, or the very last video for day 3, where I talked about being having a fertility mindset. I mentioned nourishing your community can also help you to give birth to an actual real life baby by helping you to increase your fertility naturally, even on a mental level. That everything manifests as physical. So I'm saying do the inner work so that you can see the result on the outer side of you, right? So the next step is doing a fertility cleanse, and a fertility cleanse is very, very important if you're trying to have a baby, right? Because you may think you're healthy, you may be vegan, you may have switched your diet up, right? You may not notice any pains, you may not be on any type of medication, you may not be suffering from any type of disease or anything like that, but right, you still could use a fertility cleanse, right? If you're infertile, a fertility cleanse may help, right? So a fertility cleanse can help you regardless of whether you're infertile or not, to help to remove any buildup, right? And this is for men and women. A lot of times when women have babies, the babies may come out with, or not come out with, but they may develop eczema, or they may develop other type of breathing or skin problems or other type of issues. And sometimes that may be as a result of buildup that the mother has been carrying with her for years. All the junk food that we've eaten as children. Even if you switched your diet, you were not always a vegan or vegetarian or eating healthy, or being conscious of what you consume, being conscious of the toxins that you're around. So doing a actual fertility cleanse can help to get rid of that buildup. Can help to cleanse your womb, to help to cleanse your vagina. And again, they are two different things, but it can help to cleanse the lining of both. You can also do a tubal cleanse by consuming certain foods, herbs, and doing certain activities that can cleanse your tubes. You may also benefit from doing a kidney cleanse, right? And remember, your kidneys filter out certain things out of your body, and they can get blocked, right? And that may release certain hormones that can prevent pregnancy, because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but pregnancy hormones are actually not primary hormones. So even though reproduction is very important, right, other things tend to take priority when it comes to hormones. So if your kidneys are releasing certain hormones that are telling your body, no, she's not ready to conceive, or he's not ready to conceive, then that may be a reason why you're infertile, and doing a fertility cleanse can probably actually help you there, right? Again, you can do ovary cleanses. Some people have ovarian cysts and ovarian plops and different ovarian diseases, or diseases that doing a fertility cleanse may help you with, right? You can also do a liver and a spleen cleanse, and similar to the kidney cleanse, your liver can also get backed up, and with a buildup of toxins and so forth. So doing cleanses for your entire body can help you to conceive a baby naturally. And it's so great, because having a baby naturally is really better than, or trying to increase your fertility naturally, in some cases, it is really better than going for the quick fix of in vitro, because you're actually getting to know your organs, you're getting to know your body, you're getting to know different parts of you on a very intimate level that you may not have known otherwise, and that maybe even other specialists and gynecologists and doctors may not even know about themselves. Look at a lot of doctors and so forth. They're actually, a lot of them are sick. They may be helping patients and healing them and so forth, but a lot of times they themselves are sick because they're not taking the time out to do certain activities and functions, right? So imagine how this can help you if you're trying to increase your fertility, by maybe a doctor who has told you that you're infertile, or can't answer why you're infertile, telling you have unexplained infertility, but yet they're sick. So if you can heal yourself, that says a lot, right? So another step is to do a fertility diet, right? So a fertility diet is not an actual diet. I'm not telling you to go on a diet. I'm not telling you to stop eating carbs. I'm not telling you to stop eating protein. I'm not telling you to stop eating any of these things. What I'm saying when I say a fertility diet is that you are eating foods that are going to nourish a baby, that you are eating healthy foods in healthy portions, and in ways that are conducive to fertility and good health, right? And this is for men and women. A lot of times we just focus on the woman and think that she just needs to increase her fertility, or she just needs to eat right while she's carrying a baby, but we don't also pay attention that the months before fertility are very key and very important for both the man and the woman. If the man has damaged sperm due to what he may be eating, consuming, smoking, drinking, or so forth, that can affect the baby, right? It can affect the motility of the sperm. Pardon me. So there are a lot of things that both men and women can do. And like I just said, the months up leading up to conception are very important. So if you have a clean slate and you are eating healthy foods, foods that are very nutritious to the body and very life-giving and supportive, then you're going to have a baby that's going to be like supercharged, right? And a lot of the new babies, if you've noticed, they are being born this way. They are being born with their minds open. They know what their calling is. They're answering their duty. They're not waiting for anything. They don't want to take any type of derailments, right? They're going straight. They're doing exactly what they were called for and what they're here to do, right? So again, for some people, a lot of times, especially if you're vegan or if you're considering being a vegan, a lot of times people resort back to eating meat, or they are discouraged from continuing to be a vegan because of the nutrient and protein and so forth propaganda, right? And I want to say that just because you are a vegan or vegetarian does not mean that you have to eat meat. And there are a lot of ways that you can supplement your diet, and not just necessarily with pharmaceuticals, not necessarily with actual supplements. A lot of people who are vegan and vegetarian don't even know what it means to really eat healthy and eat wise. So I'm gonna be helping you to go over that, when I get around to those videos. But in the meantime, you could definitely do your research and see that you can get healthy fats. That is very important to having a baby. You can get healthy fats from healthy oils, right? You can get protein, right, from non-animal sources. You can get vitamin B12, active vitamin B12 from non-animal sources. So don't let anybody try to discourage you from, the diet that you are pursuing as far as a healthy one goes, right, out of ignorance, right? So definitely do your own research, right? And again, to add to this list, you can also consume certain herbs that are very good to consume while you are on a fertility diet, that can do things such as support the uterus while you're pregnant, and or even before you're pregnant, to prepare the womb and prepare the tubes, the semen, to prepare the egg and so forth. So the next step is a fertility exercise or some sort of fertility exercise regimen. A lot of women, especially Black women, suffering from infertility may need to actually lose weight. Too much weight, too much excess fat, too much weight can really hinder your chances of conception. So I definitely want you to know that you may need to lose weight. You may need to take 10,000 steps a day. You may need to do yoga. You may need to do yoga. You may need to go jogging. You may, and a really easy way to lose weight is to do things like sensual movements, and I'll go in more on that. But sensual movements could simply be just dancing to music. It could actually be learning how to belly dance, right? It could be twerking. It could be doing things that get your body going and help you to burn that excess fat and really get you in tune with your body. A lot of us, we are not moving the spine, and we need to do that spine work, that chakra work, that kundalini work. So doing different types of exercises can really help you to increase your fertility naturally, to release those good hormones, those beneficial hormones, right? That can, help your body to know, oh, she's ready, because these are things that your body understands on a subtle level that you may not conceive mentally right away, right? And exercise can also help you to reduce gestational diabetes should you become pregnant. And gestational diabetes is something that can happen, if you intake too much sugar, and if you're really just not eating right, if your insulin is off and not being excreted out your body properly or so forth. You want to be able to balance all of that and make sure that you are in a good homeostasis and hormonal balanced state. One more thing I want to mention about exercise is that swimming is actually a good activity for those of you who can do it, right? And, it's very reminiscent of a baby in the womb. So, just a good reminder. So another step that can help you is fertility Reiki, chakra work, crystal work, such as actually using crystals from the earth, and color and light therapy, right? And there are actual crystals, right, and that can help you to increase your fertility naturally. And they basically do this by synchronizing your body with its vibrational energy and its vibrational field. And if you've heard in some of my previous videos, I have talked about a fertility frequency, right? So certain crystals can help you to get on a certain fertility frequency, right? And there are certain crystals that may work better for men and some that may work better for women. And for men, one of those crystals may be ocean jasper, and for women, one of those crystals may be rose quartz. And then there are other crystals that are not necessarily fertility crystals, but may also help you with conception by possibly balancing certain other things that may be going on, or just getting you in alignment in certain other ways, open you up to maybe different possibilities, clearing certain blocked energy and so forth. Another thing that helps to clear with blocked energy is fertility acupuncture or fertility acupressure for those of you who don't like needles, right? And there are fertility pressure points that are specifically for fertility, and then there are other pressure points, like I mentioned, that may just help to clear certain blocked energies to allow for fertility to take place, right? Then there is the famed womb healing, and everybody loves womb healing nowadays. It is becoming part of the in thing, but there are some womb healing techniques that you may not have heard about, such as fertility massage, right? There is also yoni massage, but fertility massage is more specific for increasing your fertility naturally, and this involves massaging the abdominal area, massaging the fertility organ areas, right, such as your ovaries and such as your womb, and right, just a whole area, and to help to balance your hormones. I've made a whole video and it is at about 4,500 views, if not more than that right now. I suggest and I encourage a lot of you to go and check out that video where you can see how fertility massage can benefit you and how it can help you to increase your fertility naturally. And this is especially also for the men, because you can also fertility massage can also help you to clear blocked tubes as well. So definitely go and check out my video on fertility massage and the benefits of it, so that way you can learn more about that. You can also do Kegels. Kegels is also a form of womb healing, and this can be combined with exercise, doing squats and so forth. Kegels can also be combined with yoni eggs. Yoni eggs are another method of womb healing and can also help you to increase your fertility naturally. And using yoni eggs and Kegels, you're basically clenching the vaginal, clenching your vagina. Now, Kegels is basically when you're doing it without the egg, and using the yoni egg is basically using a crystal, a gemstone crystal, just like the crystals that I mentioned before, but it's in the shape of an egg, and you basically hold it using your vagina, and there are different sizes. So you really start out with the biggest size, and then you go to the medium size, and when you get really good, you go to a smaller size, which is about that big. So the first egg is about at least that tall and about that wide, and then the second one is about a little shorter. It's a medium, and it's about the same width, and it's just a little bit longer height wise. And then the smallest one is about that small, right, and about that wide. And so again, you become better at being able to hold on to these different sized eggs. And if you use the crystals that are good for fertility, you're basically getting the benefits of three different womb healing practices, or three different natural fertility practices, which is the crystal, the Kegel, and actually using the yoni egg itself. So that is another womb healing technique. Another one is womb breathing, which again, I will go in further on this, and it could just involve certain breathing practices that you do, either just consciously breathing and focusing on your womb. You could do this while you're doing Kegels, while you're doing yoni eggs, or other activities, right? Then we also have yoni steam, and yoni steam is a very effective tool at helping you to increase your fertility naturally by cleansing the womb, by releasing certain toxins. And how yoni steam works, like I've mentioned before, I will go in specifically on each one of these points, each one of these major topics and subtopics. I will be going in and making a specific video just for them. But just to give you a brief overview, for those of you who want to maybe try something out today, a yoni steam is basically where you sit down on I don't want to just tell you pot of steam and you all go sit on pot of steam, but you're basically creating a type of double, what do we call this again? Well, okay, I'll just describe it to you. for me personally, I use a metal bowl and I place it inside of a plastic bowl and I put my herbs inside of it, my essential oils and so forth. You can put crystals and you put your hot water, and then it basically releases the steam, and you sit over it, and you probably either wear a skirt or wrap towels around you or so forth, and you allow the steam to go up into your vagina, and it basically cleanses and melts away certain buildup and certain toxins through your body, so it can be excreted either through urine or stool or so forth, right? So that is just a brief overview of how yoni steam works. And of course, you can use fertility beneficial herbs for this. And of course, you want to do your research. You don't want to go and burn yourself. This is not any type of I'm not giving you this information for anybody to go and hurt themselves or anything like that. So definitely do your research. Then there's also the warm compress. A warm compress is, I've made a video about this as well. So go and check out one of my previous videos about what you need for a warm compress and how to get it. Not necessarily where to get it, because where I was getting it is not necessarily where I tend to get my supplies. But a warm compress is when you use castor oil and towels and some cloth, and maybe muslin cloth and so forth, and a hot water bottle, and you're basically combining that onto your stomach. And again, like I said, I will make a specific video for this, and if you want more information, go and do some research or look out for my blog that I will put on this particular topic. But definitely watch my video, because I do go in a little bit more. You combine this on your stomach and you allow it to sit, and it also helps to cleanse the toxins. Castor oil is very effective at this. You can add essential oils to the castor oil that you apply to your stomach. You can sometimes wrap your stomach with saran wrap as well, to help the oils to really settle in, right? If you don't prefer to use plastic, obviously you don't have to. And then there are also herbal vaginal suppositories. So this is where you are placing herbs into your vagina, but these herbs are wrapped in gauze and inserted into your vagina and left there for a few days. And by doing that, the herbs basically absorb certain toxins out of your vaginal area near your cervix, and possibly out of your actual womb. The longer you leave it in, the more it pulls from you, and then when you take it out, you should see the buildup of what it has absorbed, so you can actually see real physical proof. A lot of people don't necessarily like the herbal vaginal suppository idea. They may prefer the yoni steam because it may be just a little more gentler. They may not want to actually insert something into their vagina. So, but I feel like once you are confident about what you're doing, that that kind of releases fear. And so some of you may need to just do a little more research on herbal vaginal suppositories, because I feel like they are also very effective, especially for women who are infertile, for women who may be having irregular fertility cycles, women who may be having fibroids, endometriosis, PCOS, all of these things. I think you should definitely look into that, right? So again, I will also be making videos and blogs talking about vaginal herbal suppositories in the future. And I'm also working on something with a woman who helps people with yoni steam. So if anybody's interested in yoni steams or anything like that, definitely look out for future videos where I may be doing a collab with a sister on that, who may be able to help you and answer your questions more. And if any sisters know anybody or is interested in doing a collab about fertility massage, Kegels, yoni egg, womb breathing yoni steam, warm compress vaginal suppositories, fertility acupuncture, fertility reiki, fertility crystals, or anything like that, definitely contact with me. My email is in my bio, and it is blackfertility@gmail.com. So we're going to continue. So fertility baths are also another good thing that you can do to help to increase your fertility naturally. And a fertility bath is not just taking a bath, and it's a little different from a yoni steam, because a fertility bath, you're basically obviously inserting your entire body into water and taking a bath, but this bath may have, it may be a magnesium bath where you're using Epsom salts, right? It may be a DMSO bath. It may be a hot bath or an ice bath. So there are different types of baths that can help you with doing a fertility enhancement, right? So then there are also fertility essential oils, and likewise fertility herbs, right? So there are different fertility essential oils that can help you to increase your fertility. And as you know, essential oils come from the essence of plants, basically aromatic plants, the stuff that makes plants smell good. So rose, has essential oils. that have certain compounds in it that make the rose smell good, whereas different, lavender has different compounds that make the lavender smell the way the lavender smells, and it also has different properties. Some may be relaxing, some may be energizing, invigorating, some may be tonifying, may help you to, stimulate certain hormones in your body, help you to relax certain hormones or energies and so forth in your body. So there are different essential oils and herbs that are beneficial specifically for women, and some that are beneficial specifically for men. And then there are other essential oils and hormones that may help to tone the body in other areas to just support the body and prepare it for fertility, but maybe not be directly related to it. But I'll be going in and talking about all of that specifically in future videos and future blogs. Then there's also hormonal balancing. So hormonal balancing is also very beneficial for you if you're trying to increase your fertility naturally, because a lot of people's hormones are really thrown off whack because of the way we're thinking, the foods we're eating, the things we're doing, and everything else that may be affecting us, such as pollution and such as social engineering, social, what you just basically how you've been socialized, maybe throwing off your hormones and so forth. But there are things that you can do to balance your hormones, and some hormones that you may want to pay attention to are your fertility hormones and your pregnancy hormones. And like I've mentioned, fertility hormones or reproduction hormones are not primary hormones. So if something else is going on in your body that requires your energy, your nutrients, right, your reproductive hormones can completely shut down, right? So if you're stressed, you could be sending, I think, cortisol to your body that basically tells you that your brain tells your body that, she's not ready to have a baby. Let's not focus on that. Let's, use this energy to combat this stress and the stress level, or, there's danger. So this is not a good time to get pregnant or anything like that. And one thing that can help with balancing your hormones is dry brushing. And there are some others, but I will be going into that later on. So I hope you stick around, right? And we also have constitutional awareness. Knowing your constitution can help you to balance not only your hormones, but it can help you to rid yourself of disease. And it can also especially help you to increase your fertility naturally. And there are different methods for knowing your constitution based on whatever type of medicinal practice or so forth that you may be using. You may be using an Afrocentric type of medicine that, has its own constitutional program or, platform or so forth. And then there's Ayurvedic constitutional awareness, and there's also traditional Chinese medicine constitutional awareness, and such as the yin and yang and so forth. Some people are more yin and some people are more yang, but in other, again, medicinal practices or approaches, they have different ways of identifying what type of constitution you have. So knowing your constitution can really help. It's very much like a more customizable type of approach of dealing with people, and not just a one size fit all. She's infertile, so everybody try IVF or something like that and take Calmed. It's not like that. It is more of a personal approach to healing, right? So that is definitely something a lot of you may need to seek out and look into if you are really seeking to increase your fertility naturally. And I encourage you to definitely seek out African type ones, because that is more in line with our blood and who we are, right? As opposed to maybe Ayurvedic or Chinese, which may be more catered towards those people. Not to say that it cannot help us, and I definitely know that it can, but being African, there may be certain things, or being of African origin and so forth, there may be certain foods, herbs, nutrition, diet, chants, affirmations and so forth that may be more aligned with our vibrational frequency, our blood line and so forth. So definitely check that out, especially for those of you who are aware of your lineage and so forth and your backgrounds. Definitely go and check those out. So another thing is, and this is going to be the last one, is moxibustion, right? So many people don't know what moxibustion is, and that is where you basically are smudging your body in a certain sense. You're smudging certain points of your body, and it kind of ties into the whole acupressure work, except you're not using needles and you may not necessarily be pressing your body, but you are maybe instead releasing the steam over those pressure points or over those areas of your body, certain areas of your body, of course, to help to also cleanse the womb, the vagina, balance the hormones, release toxins, release built up emotional, physical, spiritual energy. So a lot of these practices and a lot of these works are very holistic works, right? They really combine the whole person. They heal the whole person, not just a specific problem or, that throws everything off. So a lot of times you may be able to use one treatment to heal not only your infertility, but possibly heal breathing problems such as bronchitis, to maybe heal vision problems, to maybe heal energy, right? And to heal a lot of things. Your nails may grow, your hair may grow, your breasts may become firmer, different things like that. So I hope that you all take advantage of these natural fertility treatments. And I mean, I'm really spilling the tea here. I am really dropping some good game over here. So I really hope that you all take advantage of this information that I provide you. Definitely give this video a like. Definitely share this video with 3 friends. One who is thinking about fertility, one who is possibly infertile or thinks that they are infertile, and one who is not thinking about infertility or not. Definitely give this video to some of the younger sisters, who are told to have abortions, who are told that fertility is the worst thing that can happen to them in the planet. Give these videos to the young men, right, so that they can know how to help their sister in the future. They may not be interested now, but one day they are also going to want to have a baby, and a lot of them are consuming foods and so forth that are not really beneficial for them, not helping with their sperm quality or anything like that. And it can be very shameful growing up in a world of patriarchy to one day learn that you're infertile, and on top of that, being a black man or woman and learning that you are infertile and not knowing what you can do about it, and just having all these whole connotations that we are the most fertile people on the planet, and that can be very shameful. So providing this information now in an era where we are faced with infertility and the decrease of the black birth rate, I hope that you can help to assist in spreading this message and to helping, right, to prevent that before it gets worse. Take care of big things while they are still small, right? And I really thank you all for taking part in this and being part of the day 3 of the Increase Your Fertility Naturally workshop. And check out the video that I have for day 4 or day 5, how it will be, which will be to how to know when you're ovulating. So go and check out that video next. It's already posted. And I also want you to join my newsletter. Make sure you join my newsletter. None of these videos to some degree are really, these videos are just the overview. The newsletter is where you're going to be able to stay in contact with me and continue to get videos that can help you in the future, right? Well beyond these 7 days. So definitely take part in that by joining my newsletter. The link is in the description, and I will look forward to meeting with you, speaking with you. And again, if you would love to do a collab or anything, definitely hit me up in email. And peace.